T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. My life has value.
Good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Global Watchman News. My name is Lori Spahn. I hope you guys are all doing well. If you're in the live chat, we do ask to keep it family friendly. There will be moderators in there to make sure that we stay within the terms of service put forth to us by the platforms we're utilizing today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Take a minute, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, so you know we go live. It is going to be a busy day here on Global Watchman News. We have 3 live streams planned for you today. This is the first of them. There'll be another one coming up as soon as this one is over, and then our regular scheduled 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern live stream where Ernie and I are going to talk to you guys tonight about nothing other than zombie deer. So looking forward to that. You're not going to want to miss that one. It may sound like a headline from the Inquirer, but, well, it's not. Okay. Anyways, so let's get into this. So we have our first story popping off today, which I came across last night before I went to sleep. Here we go. We're going to talk about Ukraine. All right, guys. Before we go any further, we're going to get it out of the way. We do not believe in extraterrestrial aliens here on Global Watchman News. We believe that they are interdimensional creatures, interdimensional beings, interdimensional entities. They are not extraterrestrial. The term extraterrestrial means extra land, which means that they come from someplace other than extraterrestrial or outer space. Okay, that being said, it looks like the Ukraine astronomers are saying that there are tons of UFOs over Kiev. This is not a surprise. There have been reports that extraterrestrial beings or UFOs, whatever they are, have saved our butts from nuclear holocaust, nuclear apocalypse many times in modern history. It seems that wherever something catastrophic is going to happen, we have these unidentified flying objects. One in particular comes to mind is Fukushima, right before the earthquake that caused the tidal wave, which caused the Fukushima disaster over in Japan. There were seen unidentified flying objects. And I'm going to call them unidentified flying objects because they're really not identified. I happen to believe that they are fallen angel technology. Now, whether it's us or them, I don't know. Nonetheless, I do believe that they are watching the situation over in the Ukraine, which they should be because, it's getting pretty sticky over there. The threat of a nuclear exchange, I don't think has been this high since the Bay of Pigs in the 1960s. That was before I was born. I'm sure it was before many of you were born. And had that exchange taken place, you and I may not even be here. But the Ukraine astronomers are confirming that there are tons of UFOs over Kiev. Ukraine has used equipment in Kiev to study the skies. The results are bizarre. Ukraine's airspace has been busy this year. That's the nature of war. But scientists in the country are looking into the skies and seeing something they didn't expect: an inordinate number of UFOs, according to a new preprint paper published by Kiev's main astronomical observatory in coordination with the country's National Academy of Science. The paper does not specifically address the war, but in the United States, the Pentagon has long hinted, speculated, and warned that some UFOs could be advanced technology from foreign militaries, specifically China and Russia. Well, we know that's not true. Though it hasn't really given any evidence this is actually the case. The Ukraine paper is particularly notable because it does not only show that science has continued to occur during the war, but also explains that there have been a lot of sightings. We see them everywhere, the research said. We observe a significant number of objects whose nature is not clear. So it goes on talking about it, and they have come to the conclusion that whatever they are seeing is absolutely not hypersonic weapons. It says alien technology is more credible explanation for UFO sightings than the new favorite theory of unnamed defense officials. For years, the public has been fascinated by credible reports about Navy pilots encountering unidentified flying objects and secret Pentagon investigations of them. For months, the public has been awaiting the release of a legally mandated intelligence report laying out what the U.S. government knows about these mysterious craft, which appear to do things outside the reach of known technology. And for days, the public has been disappointed after it was widely reported last week that the unclassified portion of this document will be neither evidence that UFOs are the product of alien civilizations or credible theories as to what they actually are. If you follow this channel for any length of time, you know that I've talked previously about the ex-Canadian defense minister, who, in front of what's considered or equivalent to their Congress, I believe it would be. His name's Paul Hellyer. He admitted to the open forum that there were several races of extraterrestrials working with the governments of the world, and they have been for decades. Well, we know they're not extraterrestrials. These demons have been working with the governments of the world for decades. Goes without saying. Now, they have concluded that it's not cruise missiles or ballistic missiles. And I'm going to put all these links in the description area for you guys to take a look at. Here's a fact sheet that will tell you the difference between ballistic and cruise missiles. It's a short document. It's from the Center of Arms Control and Non-Proliferation. Talks about the difference between ballistic versus cruise missiles. So they've done their due diligence as far as that. They've come to the conclusion that that's not what it is. The Pentagon, has also opened an investigation. I don't believe we'll ever see that in our lifetime. They would have to admit to way too much. But nonetheless, the Ukraine is saying that cosmic and phantom UFOs are all over Ukraine's skies. Government reports in the claim. Astronomers observed dozens of objects that cannot be scientifically identified. And this is a different article. It says the skies over Kiev are swarming with unidentified flying objects, according to a new report from the main astronomical observatory of the National Academy of Sciences of Ukraine. So you've got these astronomers, these scientists, these, people who are far more credible when speaking of things that are in the sky, telling us that, they can't even identify what they are. So I think it's quite interesting. Like I said, they have these entities, creatures, beings, whatever they may be, have been credited with stopping nuclear exchanges in the past. So what are they doing? Are they watching, observing? If you are familiar with used to be the series called Fringe. You used to be able to get it on Netflix. I know it's not available on Netflix anymore. But in the series Fringe, they talked about the Watchers. The Watchers comes out of the Book of Enoch, and in the show, in the TV show Fringe, the Watchers would come and literally do what it says. They would watch. They wouldn't get involved. They wouldn't take sides in any thing that they were watching. They would just observe. So we've got to wonder, is this what these entities, these creatures, these things, these interdimensional beings are doing? I don't know. But with things heating up over there, maybe. So, all right, I'm going to put all these things in the description below for you guys. I'm going to be back in just a few minutes because we're going to talk about, it would seem that prophecy is unfolding in Israel. The red heifers, if you know anything about red heifers and their place in the prophecy with the third temple, have just arrived in Israel. And if that's the case, we will be seeing the sacrifices taking place soon. Now, I just got off the phone with my husband, and he was like, they can't do it until they build the temple. That's not true. They already have the altar. I'm going to show you a video. We're going to play a video showing this altar, showing that they already have everything in place to start the work of the Antichrist. So we will see you back here in just about 10 minutes or so. I just need to change out, I just need to put the links in the description area below for this, change out my screens that are pulled up, and I will be back. See you in about 10 minutes. Until next time, remember, eyes open, no fear.